Hello and welcome to Great Hang, the greatest hang that's ever hanged. I'm your hang, Tim McLovin, coming to you with your other hang, Myka Fox. Hello, Myka.
Hey, Tim.
How are you?
I am great, as you know from all day being with me.
Yes, that's true. Myka, it is the final episode of March, which means it is the final episode of the Women's March, and we have a banger of a woman guest today.
That's right.
One of the funniest comedians in the world. It's Brittany Carney.
Brittany Carney, everybody.
Wow. Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks for bringing us to a close of Women's March. We no longer have to book women for the rest of the year.
Right. You're off the hook now.
We're done.
Yes.
So really bring that feminine energy, Brittany.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Power femme, power girl boss,
Yes.
gaslight.
I bring in the power bottom energy. You do power girl boss. Myka, what are you doing?
I just have the power.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
That's
got the
true.
power.
I pull out a pussy hat, those like pink ear guys.
Oh, man. God, it was like, how are women supposed to prove they belong in fashion after something like that? What
I
a
know,
true
those are rough.
disaster.
Those really gave like aunt knits something and no one wants it kind of
Yeah.
energy, you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and you should be, have you talked to Lorne Michaels about being on SNL?
Yeah.
If that were a hat.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I
Right.
thought that's really funny. Yeah.
A girl I was dating in Chicago after the second Women's March, I think. She she worked at some like fancy ass bar downtown, and she said all the pussy hat women came into the bar and couldn't have been ruder to her.
That tracks.
She was like, "How are you going to march for women and then be a cunt to me
Yeah,
the
like,
entire
demanding and
afternoon?"
stuff.
They were so emboldened by
Yeah.
their power.
I was in the belly of the beast because I was living in D.C. when it happened. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Did you march?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Thanks.
Were you rude
Yeah.
to my girl? Were you rude to my
in 20
girlfriend at the time after the march?
I'm sure we were. Wait, what did you say?
Were you rude to my girlfriend at the time after the march?
No, not me.
Oh,
I
all
wouldn't.
right. Hey.
I mean, I would be on behalf of Myka if that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But not for.
Yeah, I hate
2017
anyone
feminine.
Tim's ever talked to in his life.
Yeah, that's right.
They're all my sworn enemy and rival, and I've bested you all
And that's healthy.
by getting Tim.
How was it living in D.C.?
I really loved it a lot. I would say I had two experiences of it because when I first moved there, it was for graduate school. So my whole life was this history department in like a quiet college campus.
Oh, yeah.
So then everything about my experience of DC was wrapped up in the same, mostly women, 12 women, and the stress of homework, but you're a grown up in theory. And then also it was pretty contained. I didn't actually feel like I knew that much about DC until I started doing open mics and running around for comedy.
Oh,
and that was
yeah.
as my that was kind of as I graduated. So I feel then the world of DC opened up to me in new ways.
So you went to hanging out with intellectuals and what I can assume are 12 women who were trying to really make something of their life to then going to the depths of the pits of DC and hanging out with these
degenerates.
scummiest dumbasses.
Honestly,
Yeah.
as you were saying this, I'm like, that is the most brutal way to learn any city is via the open mic scene.
Yeah.
Every city should be judged based on its open mic scene and nothing else.
Yeah, actually, I have a few thoughts about this because it's you know how the thing about comedy is it often brings people together from different experiences, different life experience, or they maybe were experienced, they went to different bars in the city than you, or they had different social worlds than you, or so I feel for 2.5 years, my whole time in DC was other really nerdy girls that were into Hamilton and wore Madewell, and we were all very wholesome. You know? And
That's so specific,
and
but I know
felt-
exactly
you
who
know the
you're
kind of
talking about.
person.
Yeah.
And I felt always I didn't quite belong, not because I didn't relate to them about that stuff, but it's I felt I was kind of a little freak that didn't actually have anything. I wasn't as well adjusted.
I cannot picture you picking out bracelets at Madewell.
Yeah. I don't think I'm that even good at that, or I feel
I
in
don't even know
Madewell they
what
can.
Madewell is.
I think people in Madewell.
Tim hasn't bought his own clothes ever.
Oh, I bet you're really good at that.
I got this shirt because my friend died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Great conversation starter, Tim.
Well, as like comedy was moving forward, my life got taken over by like running around with like scrounging idiots like in the city, right? But then
You can call us rats. We know.
so
Yeah,
then
Myka, Madi.
No anti-Semitism this month,
what's
Tim.
that? Marty
Litwak.
He's naming Jews because we're running around like rats.
Wait! I didn't know that was like
That's so
an
wholesome
insult
of you.
until recently.
You should
Moshe
read.
Kasher.
You should read my YouTube comments. Let me tell you.
Are you serious?
Oh hell
People
yeah!
are wilding
Yeah.
out here.
I didn't know it was until social media, and I'm like,
Oh, that's really awful.
yeah, it's all right
But-
because it lets you know who's a hack at being racist.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I feel more
Not me.
informed.
Right.
Thank
yeah.
you. I always went to the girl, like, even though my friends changed, I always, like, made a point to go to my grad school friends' birthdays. But every year I felt more, like, removed, like I was a fraud.
Yeah,
Like,
well, you're
yeah.
doing well in comedy now, but I imagine when they, left
Yeah.
grad school and got real jobs, and then they're like,
Real
"What are you?"
jobs?
They're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, I just woke up and it's cool. And I haven't done anything for 4 days."
Well, the thing is, I was still for many years, like, still working in the field. But, like, I
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
But the thing was, that was kind of sad because they had, like, they were, like, working really, like, they were, like,
what
really
field
focused.
were you working in?
Public history. So I have a master's in
Oh,
my history with a focus on public history. All that means is like museum stuff.
yes.
So my point is that what was happening was I was still working in museum shit, but I like and like pretty
Tim
consistently.
can't comprehend having a job and doing comedy.
First of
You
all,
are blowing his
I
hear
mind right
you.
now.
I
It's
worked
too
at the
much.
museum with Pat, building
What museum?
I worked at the poster house, building the.
He painted
thing.
the
Poster house.
He painted
See?
the
in
wall.
2019.
Oh, I did it
I
recently.
didn't know that. Okay, that's
No.
really funny. Small world.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a painter too in a museum where he paints the wall that the art goes on.
Yeah,
He's the artist. He's,
and I built
True
the wall
artist.
that the art went on.
Behind every great artist is a really dumb artist who shouldn't be called an artist.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
don't know, you're upholding the.
that's true.
Where was I saying?
So you were in the field.
Oh, but then like my friends were like getting really good jobs in it, if that makes sense. Like they
Yeah.
were like moving forward, they were like getting senior positions, and I was kind of like balancing a million like museum teaching jobs, which is like when you like basically teach like some kids field trip, like when kids come to. But I
Yeah.
had like 3 or 4 jobs like running around, and I just wasn't that focused. So it did become this because they would be kind of like, "How's comedy?" And then they would have like health insurance and stuff like through their work.
Yeah.
But everything seems to be working out now.
Yeah, they're like, "How's comedy?" You're like, "Well, it's good, but my mouth really hurts, and I haven't been able to go to the dentist
Yeah.
for 6 months.
Yeah, because
You don't have an extra finger, do you?
I've been getting paid in candy, which has been pretty good.
that is like a nonprofit would just pay.
I would love
In
some
candy.
candy.
Are you guys candy people? I'm kind of more of a chocolate person. I don't have.
I'm an everything sweet person,
Like you like
but I love
fruity-
gummies. If I can get like gummy bears, gummy worms, the sour mix gummies, star mix, the snakes, I like. Oh, I like them all. But I do.
gummy snake. Oh yeah.
There's
gummy
twin.
snakes?
There's twin snakes. One sweet and one sour. It's a
That's
nice
fun.
little
One
time.
for each side of Tim's personality.
Myka's a chocolate guy.
Yeah, I'm a chocolate guy.
But like dark chocolate or get the fuck out.
Yeah. I don't really have a sweet tooth, I think.
Yeah.
So I love taste of chocolate. But I
Yeah.
don't really like.
You ever fuck with cacao nibs?
Yeah, I love them because they're kind of speaking of
Yeah.
museums and multiple museums. Like
Yes.
truly, because I've just worked for like 10 years. I worked in museum stuff. So like when I first moved here, I had a part-time job at the New York Historical Society, and like one time at a museum in DC and one time at a museum in Philadelphia. Anyway, there's this like company that goes around to museums to do like chocolate heritage education. Like you rub the
Yeah.
pod and like learn about Mexican, like Aztec stuff, and like
Yeah.
And anyway, then you could just like nibble on these nibs.
Yeah.
And that's how I first got.
Is
into
that why
them.
they call them nibs? Because you nibble on them?
Do you think so?
I don't know. I'm asking you,
It's
the
like a-
history expert. If you don't fucking know, it is
Jesus.
not.
It's
mean,
been lost to
It
time.
does feel like a chicken and egg.
No, I mean,
Like, a
we
nib
say
nibble.
you know
Nibble
the
because
the
of
great
this old-
Aztecian word nibble.
Yeah, Mayan etymology. How I'll have a nib.
A
nibbly?
nibble. No, I don't think
No,
that's
keep
from her.
going. You guys keep going with this nipple stuff.
No, it's good.
I think it's really good.
I think it's great. I'm having the best time.
Oh,
No, I'm just fucking around. It was bad.
Tim hates cacao nibs and will not allow
You
them.
don't like them?
No, I don't know if I like them or not. Have I had them?
You would not like them, Tim.
Oh, then I hate them.
They don't have any sugar in them.
Oh, I don't like that.
I think they had.
Do they
a nice
taste like
texture.
coffee?
That's an interesting question. They
They-
just taste like bitter, but chocolate.
I think coffee and chocolate are on the same plane.
I would probably like it then. I like black coffee.
Should we do a taste test right now, Tim?
Do we have any?
Yes, I eat them every day.
Oh, you do? Like on their own or in like a.
In yogurt. I can't
Ooh.
or I'll put them in a smoothie and then there's like a little crunchy thing.
That sounds really nice.
Wait, so you can go upstairs and get cacao nibs, but you couldn't have gotten me another beer during the show?
No, because this is content, baby. This
Yeah,
is
we're
where
really
you
exploring
eat something
something
I
deep.
think you're gonna hate, and then we'll get it on camera.
All right, well, go get them, and then
Really?
and we'll do plugs while you go get them.
Yeah, plug the fuck out of it.
All right. Brittany, while Myka
Okay.
gets cacao nibs, we'll go to our next segment of the show called plugs. Do you have
Okay.
anything to plug?
Yes, but I don't know if it. Okay, I do have something to plug, like in general, but I don't know when this comes out. When
It
does
comes
this
out
come
tomorrow.
Oh my god. Well,
It better be fucking good because tomorrow everyone's going to hear it. Upwards of 1,000 people will hear this tomorrow.
Okay, so speaking directly to the nation, please come to my solo show at Caveat in New York City and the Lower East Side. I'm doing it at 9:30 p.m. on
What?
Friday,
Oh, on Friday.
March 31st.
All right.
At Caveat, and then also I am doing it in Los Angeles
Whoa.
on April 9th at the Elysian Theater, and I really need people to buy tickets. And then the third thing is that I'm like hosting a fun show at Littlefield on April 11th back here in Brooklyn, New York, and that show just has a fun lineup, and that one will be like, that's the kind of show where it's like fun comics on it, so it's gonna like promote itself, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Ideally,
Yeah.
but I'm really stressed about my solo show. So anyway, March 31st.
All right. Go to Brittany's 2 boring shows, and then she's got one fun show.
Yeah.
So check those out.
The-
But
You'll
brunch
already
shows are
know
like-
about that one.
The
so.
brunch shows are like a lot of like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of work and shit. Like it's like,
if you're here, go see Brittany's show on Friday, and if you're in LA, go see it on the 9th. Brittany's one of the best comics. You're gonna have a great time if you go. But Brittany,
Kingdom Phylum Ass.
correct.
yes,
Thank you.
there you go.
Oh, I didn't even think to mention the name of my own
do you have social media?
deranged production. I do have social media, but
We don't have time now. All right.
oh yeah, we have things to focus.
Yeah,
No,
think
no.
about it by the end of the show if you can remember your own social
plug
media.
your social media.
Oh, what?
No,
Oh,
plug it.
I promise it won't take that much time because I'm currently really only on.
We have nothing but time. Don't worry.
Anyway, I'm on Instagram at
Actually,
James.
Joe Biden's going to call in a second, so
That would be such a.
Come
I
on,
wouldn't
man.
Be surprised somehow. Like you guys have tricks up your sleeves.
We'd be sick if we had Joe Biden up our sleeve.
that would be sick.
What are you, James Earl Bones?
Correct. James_EarlBones on Instagram.com. You can find me there, and that's where I post updates about my shows.
Nice. All right, check it out, everyone. April 11th, I'm doing a corporate gig that you cannot go to in Plymouth, Indiana. April 13th.
I cannot wait for that to be over, and I hope it goes bad.
It's
Plymouth,
going to go
Indiana.
bad.
I
have
hope
to
it goes worse than we think.
I have to do 45 minutes about the state of Indiana.
Are you
Clean.
serious?
Yeah.
Is it like, oh shit, clean? Right, 'cause it's like corporate. Is it a connection through like?
They saw
Other
my
con-
bit. They saw my bit about how I say everywhere is like Indiana, and they reached out to me and they were like, "We want him to do a 45-minute set about Indiana, completely clean."
Where are you from?
Indiana.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I
Okay,
should
cool.
be able to do it.
Tim's
it's,
gonna
like,
start. He's
hard.
gonna be like, "It was a sunny day in October, and my mom's legs spread, and out came a comedic genius in Indianapolis, Indiana."
I'm gonna probably start being like, "What the
Beautiful.
fuck is up? Ah, shit! I already
Oh.
fucked up."
Oh, that's
No,
right,
that's really
clean.
cool.
Yeah, I gotta be clean. So that's for $1,000.
Do you want to plug something people can actually see now, or no?
Yes, I am on April 13th. I'm doing a show at a brewery with Dwight Simmons.
Ooh,
I
so
can't
funny.
remember. I can't remember what the
Guys.
brewery is or when it is, but I'm not doing Don't Tell Columbus anymore. I'm doing that show with Dwight Simmons. And then because I'm a feminist, I'm letting a woman headline for me the 14th and 15th at Helium. So I'm opening for very funny comedian Mary Santora in Indianapolis at Helium the 14th and 15th. And then you can see me at the Black Circle Comedy Show the 16th of April with Brent Trehune.
Ooh.
So there we go.
Former guest of the show.
Former
and friend
guest of the show and hot_comic69. Friend of the show, Brent Trehune.
All right. And yeah, April 14th, you could see me at the Gutter as part of Keys and the Girls live show. They wanted me and Tim to perform, but Tim is going to be with Mary Santora. So
The only day I'm not at work.
We got friend of the show, Bobby Condon, filling in as my backup boyfriend. So
that's
that
good.
should be fun. Tim, if we do really well at the game, we're going to swap seas.
What do you mean? Devin's my girlfriend
Yeah,
now?
if Bobby and I win, then Bobby's my girlfriend and Devin's your girlfriend.
Do you think Devin will be cool with me calling her a stupid bitch?
I think she'll hate it.
'Cause
I
that's
think she'll hate it. I think I'm the only person who could ever handle you.
I like this because I feel like when I run into you, often Bobby Condon is around and vice versa.
Yes.
So
we
it's
hang
kinda
out
like-
a good amount.
We're
Interchangeable.
We're good friends, so I think it because the game is like you have. It's like one of those things where it's like it's better if you know each other and you can like supply the answer.
That's cool. So you'll have chemistry.
So we'll have a frame of reference and chemistry.
yeah.
A lot of sexual chemistry.
Absolutely. Bobby's like a sexual dynamo with his little fucking turtleneck. Makes him look like a penis. Wears
He'll be-
his St. Thomas Aquinas chain on the outside of it.
Yeah, his shirts won't have pit stains, so I won't really know how to relate to him.
Bobby
but-
will be wearing 5 different pieces of jewelry that were given to him by ex-girlfriends.
Wait.
including
You think
his
that
mom twice.
Yeah,
The pit stains.
That's Tim.
that's me.
Oh,
Are you pitted
cool.
out here?
Yeah,
Yep.
oh, yeah.
Oh, well,
that's pretty solid.
yeah, it's a pretty crazy
bad.
guess. How'd I know? And,
I'm sweating profusely right now.
and then April 21st, I'll be laughing up Poughkeepsie with Karen Fian, friend of the show.
fun.
So
Yeah.
2 mean girls for the price of 1.
I
Who
love
could
that.
say no to that?
I feel like I love the idea of you and a lineup together. It's like it's very like everyone like it's like very Dom energy, and everybody in the
Yes.
audience would be like, "Yes, like step on my neck, mommy." Like that's kind of
You're right. You're right. I should make sure I have merch to sell and then
Yeah,
force them
yeah.
to. The
Yeah.
merch I'll force them to buy is just give me money, you pig.
yes.
And I'll just
Very
stand
good.
behind a merch table telling them to give me money for nothing.
You should just make shirts that says "I'm Myka's pay pig."
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I'm a merch guy.
I wonder if I could do
artist.
that in time. I think I have a month. I might.
Ooh,
okay.
Speaking of merch, my merch is supposed to be at my dad's office today. I better call him. Anyway,
Anyway,
Bobby
at
Condon.
MYKAFOX
Oh, yeah.
on all socials. Thanks for letting me get my plug in for real things, Tim.
you're welcome. Bobby, I am worried about choking under pressure in this game.
Wait, really? He said I will not lose.
Okay, all right. Well, then I don't, because you've seen him play that Mafia game where he just chokes
Oh
immediately.
my god, that was maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Brittany, have you ever played Mafia, the game? It's like
No. What's
also
the premise?
werewolves. So one person is the mafia.
Forgot about.
So 2 people are like, or 2 or 3 people, depending on how many people, are mafia, right?
Okay.
If you don't explain this faster than Skoy, I will kill
That was the
myself.
longest explanation I've ever heard. So 3 people are mafia.
mafia, other people are just
Other people are
civilians.
just regular civilians,
Okay.
and one guy's a detective. The mafia gets to kill people.
You don't need all of this. Here's the point.
The civilians-
Bobby
Was
had,
it just you guys and Bobby?
Well, there was a bunch of us.
It was a bunch of
Okay.
us.
So Bobby had to be the mafia. You're supposed to pretend like you're not. And someone guessed it was him, and he folded immediately. Like instead of just lying, be like, "Oh, it's not me."
Mike
it's
Tim-
That's kind of surprising.
Michael
Yeah.
Timlin goes, Bobby's mafia. He goes, he can see right through me.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It feels like he
It was the first thing that happened in the game.
seems like somebody who can really get into a character. So I'm kind of like
It
huh,
was
that's surprising.
shocking.
But I
He
guess
can't-
it
he
was pressure
can't-
was too strong.
You are thinking that because you
I don't know
think
very well.
you think him yelling
I forgot
is
about
a
this.
character. That is just him
Yeah,
being
that
him.
is what I've like that's what I've submitted to. Like he can really
That's a good
project.
point.
So I'm
No.
like, oh, that's like
He's not doing a character when he yells about those things. That is him being legitimately upset about it.
I like that.
You're right. Why did I bring him in? He was my teammate. We were both mafia. I was like, "Oh, this will be fun. I'll be mafia with Bobby."
Right, that does sound really fun.
And then, like, to win, you need everyone on board. So he went out immediately. There was one other person too who had just learned the game, and so he fucked it up. Right? Who was it?
I don't know, but I called you out and everybody voted you out. I go, look, she's too devious. I could tell.
No, we got
I could
you
tell
voted out.
you were too devious.
I got him voted out first. This brag is missing important information.
It doesn't matter.
Wait, so werewolves operate similarly?
Yeah, that's like a similar game. The people are some werewolves kill the people. You got to figure out who the werewolves are. If the werewolves kill all the people, they win. If you figure out who they are, you win.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right, let's,
Tim. Here's
let's do some eating on the pod.
It's called.
Everybody.
It says Nature's chocolate chips.
Nature's chocolate chips.
That's
All
cute.
right.
Whenever you hear Nature's in front of whatever, you know it's gonna suck.
Like when they say like I love avocado, but when people say it's like nature's
want some?
butter or something, it's kind of sad.
All right.
Do you want some?
Oh, these things, huh? You want to take some out of my
Thank you so much.
sweaty hand? All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Pop them in my mouth. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you want them to be way sweeter. Mm-hmm. Oh, brother.
Yep.
What do you think of the texture?
The texture is fine. The texture is very nutty, and it's like a dry peanut, which I like.
And it's got like a deep taste. It's
It's
good.
got a deep taste. That I'm gonna be honest. I like in a drink. I don't care for to chew.
In a drink,
Like if I were to drink that, I think it
like
would
melted,
Like
like hot
chocolate.
chocolate.
Yeah, like if it was like coffee or something,
Yeah.
because it is like coffee.
I bet it'd be good like on a hot chocolate, like sprinkled on top of a foam
Oh yeah, that might be
or
good.
whipped cream.
Not for me. I mean, I didn't hate it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna have it again.
Wait, what's your like yogurt situation?
I'd love to talk about it. This is my favorite thing. I eat it almost
was-
every day.
Listeners are
Really?
turning off their
Good for you
iPods.
in some way.
I have
Probably has like cool properties.
full-fat Greek
It does
yogurt.
have- it
I
does
do
have
not
cool
fuck with
properties.
low-fat dairy.
No flavor.
No flavor. We do fresh raspberries, right?
Yum. Oh,
So right,
nice.
and then with the chocolate's good. I'll do a dash of cinnamon.
Yum.
I have a little bit of granola, also for sweetness and crunch, and then we put honey on top, and the honey balances the
That
chocolate.
sounds so.
It's banging.
like a-
It's like any dessert. I'm like, that's not as good as my little yogurt.
Yeah,
hard
yeah, yeah.
guy. And you get your protein in, bros. What's up? Let's get swole.
Yeah,
Let's get
what's
swole
up?
together.
You guys even lift out there? You even lifting, bro?
Do you do a yogurt parfait? What's in your yogurt parfait? Dream
Okay,
yogurt
here's, like-
parfaits. Go, guys.
Here's my Okay. Oh, I have like two things. Mm-hmm. One is like I love a banana and yogurt situation,
Yeah.
but I feel like yeah, maybe just like okay, like plain Greek yogurt or vanilla Greek yogurt with like some kind of like a raspberry or strawberry, like a tart fruit, and agave or like a nice maple syrup.
Oh, Gavi or maple.
Yeah. But then there's this other like fun thing where there's this like it's like a part of a Japanese dessert flavor is kinako, which is like a ground soybean flour. It's like imagine like roasted soybeans and then ground. So it tastes kind of like peanutty.
Interesting.
And it's in a bunch of Japanese desserts, but it's really good with like banana because it has a kind of peanut taste. So if you mix into plain yogurt this like stuff, which I think you can just get at Asian markets here, like
Any kind of stuff you want.
yeah, a whole breadth of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
And then like honey is nice, or I've seen people on YouTube do it with like a brown sugar syrup or like agave.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
I'm a huge
I'll show you
banana
like a link to
person.
this stuff. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
whenever you can like incorporate a banana in a fun way, it's nice because my thing is I like banana, but I'd rarely eat a whole banana. Like it's kind of a lot. Like it's kind of mushy, but I like it in any kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sliced or whatever.
Yeah, whole banana
Like
can
a
go
side
fuck
bowl.
itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
I hate bananas.
I don't want to yuck yum.
Listen, you heard it here first. She fucking hates whole bananas. All right.
Yeah.
And I hate bananas in any way except for banana bread.
That's
I
insane.
love banana bread. I just can't really. Yeah, a banana can be a lot to commit to. Like I always buy bananas and I live by myself, so it's
true.
like.
whole
Then
banana
what's
is too much to commit to.
It
That's
is.
so funny.
It's like look at it.
Just throw the other half away. It
no,
costs
Myka,
50
that's
cents.
bad for the environment. Now
This
you're
is
wasting
biodegradable.
food.
It's not bad for the environment. Do you know how many bananas go dead every day in homes?
Oh my
Probably
God.
hundreds of thousands. Never even just come covered in flies and rot. It's fine. You can throw yours away. I give you permission.
You don't get permission from me. I say eat your dead rotten bananas and fucking be happy that you're in the greatest country in the world. Brittany,
Yeah.
where do you stand?
Somewhere in between. No, I'm not
No,
gonna
you
throw
must
away
pick a
banana.
side.
Pick a side. You either throw them away or you have to
Here's
eat
my thing.
the
I'm not
fucking-
gonna throw away a banana, but I really rarely do. Like, if I buy a bunch of bananas, and I do mean the literal, but like a bunch. That's you're right. When you go to the supermarket, they're in a
Yeah.
bunch. Like, I just never feel like eating the whole thing, so I'll like fold it into the peel and then put it in my freezer. Which banana is nice frozen.
Yeah.
But I'm not that like interested in that. Ooh. So I like to bake here and there. So yeah, sure, banana.
Right, sure, yeah.
But I think I've unfortunately put a lot of banana halves to waste. My other thought is that the reason I had sort of like a sensual outburst is because, have you guys heard of nice cream? Like, it's like
Yeah.
people making ice cream out of
Fruit and stuff.
frozen banana, which sounds good, but also kind of like just have ice cream. I don't know.
Yes,
But
thank you.
that's where I am.
Don't play games. If I go somewhere and they're like, we have nice cream, I will fucking beat the shit out of everyone in that place. Either give me ice cream or give me nothing.
Tim, this is a lie. Every day I eat frozen grapes. I think they're better than popsicles.
Oh, frozen grapes are really good.
Well,
And-
but
and
Myka,
Tim
but
Tim
Myka
steals
doesn't.
them.
Myka doesn't bring a bowl of frozen grapes in and go, it's ice cream.
So your only problem is the name and not the
Yes,
food.
Correct.
There's a Japanese noodle place in the West Village where, like, when they give you your check, they serve you every diner like 2 frozen grapes. It's a nice little treat.
Yeah, 2. Oh man, if
You
I
can
had
go-
that
you
kind
can
of
go ham.
willpower, oh fuck yeah! If I'm having less than 30 grapes, I don't even bother. I want to gorge on grapes. I want my mouth to go numb.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
cool.
my-
That's like very Caesar, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Roman.
right. But like unfrozen, you could mouth through an entire. I could do a whole thing.
whole
Frozen
packet.
slows me down.
Yeah, my teeth are kind of wincing at the thought of that, but not my taste buds.
They're good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The cold sensitivity. But frozen grapes are really nice.
Yeah, they are good. We do like them. Myka,
Sure as can
have
be.
you dug into those jelly grapes that you got?
Fuck yeah, dude. They're almost gone.
Oh,
What the fuck? I barely had it.
Well, why don't you ever buy some ever?
I don't want to buy them. You always buy them, and it seems fine. The situation we have seems
The
good.
situation where I do all the grocery shopping seems great.
What the fuck, bitch? I bought all that shit for the fucking chicken parmesan the other day.
Tim cooks once in
Yeah,
months,
wow.
and
now,
it was good.
Right,
and
but,
also
like-
admit that it was good.
But Brittany, I need to bring light to this because for about a year, I'm the only one who's gone to a grocery store buy anything into the house.
I don't
And
want to
he does it once this
I
week.
hate to go. I don't
what?
want to do it.
do you like the experience of being? I
No,
like, okay.
well, I go to the bodega. I don't even.
Oh, yeah.
The real grocery store
That's cool about
is
New
like Katrina. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, around
it's
here.
it's
Or,
a
like,
FEMA
it can
camp.
be like that in New York. It's like New York. There's just like it can be grocery. It's like it can be like
It's
hard to find one in your neighborhood.
Well, we don't have like Whole Foods or any of these food museums. We have.
Yeah.
Right. Those are food museums.
We have like Metro Fresh and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's called Metro because everyone who does the checkout is on their Metro PCS talk phone.
yeah.
Yeah, who are these people
paints a
talking to
picture.
all the time? I know it's well-trod territory, but...
They're talking to
Well,
the cab drivers
no one-
probably.
yeah, they gotta be, because no one's ever calling my ass.
I know.
I never get a fucking phone call. These motherfuckers are on the phone constantly.
Oh, I found out from one. I took an Uber home, and she was like, "Do you mind?" She was like making conversation with me to be nice, and I started talking back to her. She's like, "Oh, do you mind? I'm on the phone with my sister," and I'm like, "Listen, bitch, I don't care if I never talk to you again for the rest of my life." You started this. I don't need to talk to my Uber driver. You think I'm coming from a place where I had friends?
Right. And actually, that's so funny. Like just being out and about and like realizing that people are on their phone. It does feel foreign. Like I don't think I'm like never talking on my phone. Like I feel like I haven't. Very rarely. Not since like 1953 have I been like on a phone. I mean, I talk to my mom, and I'll call friends or whatever. But when people are out around the city, like, it feels like they're in a different plane of existence.
It's crazy. You're right. It is insane. These people are insane. The people that live here are insane. It's crazy when people get on the train and the doors close, they start making a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
Then someone picks up, they're like, hold on, I'm going to lose you. And it's like, dog, don't call them. I watched you call them.
That's actually a good cheater move.
Wait, if the person, I'm
Like, oh, I'm on
losing-
the way home, honey. I'm losing, and then the phone goes
Yeah.
out, and then you're on the way to the side piece.
and then there's no accountability. Like,
Right. Yeah, I was just on the train. Yeah,
Yeah.
look
Our
at
train hit a guy. You could probably look it up. Train always hits a guy. You
train
know?
always hits a guy.
yeah, that our train
I mean, to say a train hit a guy is wrong. To say a guy hit a train is more
accurate.
I don't. Yeah.
Someone's leg got cut off recently.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw
wait.
that. Brock saw it. Brock didn't see it happen, but Brock saw the aftermath at the 14th. It was at the
Oh, yeah, that makes
14th
sense.
and 3rd, I
Because
think.
the R was all messed up because I was coming in directly from DC and I had to go host at Union Hall. And it was like,
Oh,
the
wow.
only train that's like right at Union Hall is the R train. But everything was really like complicated and there were all these train issues and people were getting really frustrated. And then like I got to the show and someone was like, oh, this is what happened. And I don't know. That's like
Someone like limps into the audience. Why did I miss it?
Yeah. He was
It was like blood going down the stage.
he was like the one guy that like
That's crazy.
had us at a not quite capacity but like almost like respectable audience size,
Yeah.
and he made it. Well, anyway,
Getting your leg cut off by the train, that's got to be a real bummer.
see, the thing is, right,
Ugh, I'm just thinking about.
when someone is killed by the train, if it's like horrific and you're like, wow, that's really tragic, what the fuck, and then when someone's leg gets off, there's something so also absurd about it where you're like, huh? Like my reaction wasn't like, wow, that's so sad. At first I was like, what? Like, truly.
Did you try to karate
couldn't
kick the
even-
fucking train?
You couldn't even comprehend it.
Yeah,
you're
it's hard to
from
comprehend.
You're from Japan, right? Or you spent some time living there?
Yeah, basically I would live there until like at the end, like early high school, like in the 9th grade.
So, like, and were you taking the public transit? Their
Yeah,
transit's
since I was
awesome,
little.
right?
Yeah, and it's like, so it's like really clean and efficient and like very safe, like kids.
Like that shit would never happen there.
But so in fact, and I was just thinking about this actually because it came up in conversation. So like, there was an issue with like, I think no matter where you are globally, people will try to unalive themselves via a train platform, right?
You can
so,
say
like,
kill yourself on this
yeah,
show.
yeah.
This isn't
Yeah, I
Instagram.
was just sort of being plugged into the like zeitgeist, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
okay, so people will like jump off the platform, but then now I would say for the past 10 years, and like definitely like major like transit section in Tokyo or like in a city, there's
Guardrails.
like guardrails, and
Yeah.
then I remember from it being like a kid, there would be an announcement like on the screen, it would say suicide in Japanese, but in English, it wouldn't say suicide. It would just be like train delay. But yeah,
So it's like
Oh,
wink, wink,
wow.
our little secret.
yeah. Which is
Well, you
I'm
don't want
gonna
your-
learn the word suicide in Japanese if I ever go. So
You
that
don't
way
want
I
your
can-
shameful
yeah.
secret getting out to all the foreigners.
what? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and then, but otherwise, like, yeah, I feel like so. The joke is like, the only time there's a delay on Japanese subway, it's when something like that happens.
when there's a secret suicide. I love that you guys keep it a little secret
Like, it's
amongst
like-
yourselves. Like wink, wink.
Yeah.
Some girl in her Hello Kitty backpack. It's like,
Timothy. She covered her face because that was racist.
no, it was not. Oh my God. Show me every photo of Japan. There's going to be one girl in her Hello Kitty backpack.
Oh, you're right. Tim's not racist. He's just aware of culture.
Thank you. No one likes Japan
No,
more than me.
I
I've
l-
never been there, but I like it.
I love the idea of Tim now, like, you like go through these like different historic photos of just people stuff happening in Japan, and sure enough, like in the back there's someone just like with
I got a big poster board with a bunch of like pins in there
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, like-
thread going everywhere. And it just says Myka's wrong.
a really specific journey.
Speaking of Myka being wrong, we got to get to hot takes. We got to get to our segment of hot takes. We got segments on the show.
Yeah, we usually have so many segments on the show. We got carried away.
We got carried away with cacao nibs and talks of Japan suicides.
All right.
We're having
Okay.
fun.
So, how Hot Takes works is I'm going to read you a headline from Am I the Asshole? And based on the headline, you're going to give your hot take whether or not you think they are the asshole or not. And then I'll read,
Wait. Whether you're the asshole or not?
No.
they're the asshole. I'm reading a story from a guy on Reddit.
Oh, it's like a Reddit. Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So we give our takes whether they're an asshole or not. Just hot, kind of blind.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I can't trust her after she didn't text me about towels?
Now, interesting.
I know it's it's not enough information, is it?
Were they towels she used to clean up another man's jizz is the question.
That's where your mind goes,
About
Tally.
towel. And I guess where my mind went is like, did you wash the? Is it like they were kind of old and wet?
Yeah.
Did you like?
All right,
try to-
hot takes. What do we
All right,
think?
I'm going to go because I always side with the man. I am going to say no, he is not an asshole. Even though the fact that he doesn't trust his wife over towels now does make me think that he is an asshole. But I have to say no on the record.
I feel like this is a lukewarm take, but I know that that's not the assignment. I guess I agree with Tim, but I just feel like there's so many directions
You think he's not the asshole either?
towel stress can go. Maybe
I feel like if it's so highly upvoted,
it's something fucked.
it's got to be something. Is it highly upvoted?
This was the most upvoted one I saw today.
Okay, then it's got to be something crazy. I
There's like
think
blood. Like if somebody used a towel to like
for her
cover up something
period.
Weird. Oh, I mean,
They lay it down, go to
I
town.
love towel
that-
stress. That's a good name for the episode, Tim.
Towel stress.
She also said so many things. I wish I had been writing them
if
down.
you have sex on your period and you're like putting on a towel, people do that. Then there's like a certain like trail, a certain like
snail trail.
What's that?
Of sorts.
Yeah.
Oh, Rorschach.
A high iron snail trail. Like
yeah, you're gonna read it like
wine color. Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
like a Rorschach.
Yeah,
whatever.
these stains look to me like you should have told me.
Yeah.
You're pregnant. She's like, what? I'm on
Oh,
my period.
I thought she was cheating, but she could be pregnant. But I also don't know that. I just think like that's not actually that common. Like I don't think, as someone who does have periods, I don't think I like use towels for them really.
Okay, well, I'm gonna break down the mystery for you guys.
I think that he hired a guy to bang her. Go ahead. Some cuck shit.
You think it's some cuck shit? Okay.
Yeah.
A towel industry.
Yeah, and
a
the
linen.
guy who had to wipe up all her cum off her, and he liked the towels. They were monogrammed. His monogrammed towels was part of the cuckness. He's like, use my monogrammed towels to get his jizz off of you. And then they stuck it in his mouth or whatever.
And she should have texted him about that.
Yeah.
All right. My wife and I are in our 30s. I had a stroke last year, which was stressful. Okay.
What a bitch.
I know. But I am doing well. I have aphasia as a side effect.
What is that?
Is that when you can't recognize faces?
I meant to look this up before the episode.
I think you're right. I think
it's
it is.
There's multiple kinds of aphasia. He could have a language aphasia, which means he doesn't. It could also mean that he doesn't recognize emotions, which is, I think, what's happening here.
Okay, got
Tim, are you
it.
looking it
The
up?
loss of ability to understand speech caused by brain damage.
Oh, speech.
So yeah, it is.
Okay.
I'm right. It is language. It's usually language.
Got
Okay.
it.
I pass as normal to most people. Since the stroke, our communication is worse. Sometimes when I
yeah?
talk to her, she says I'm mean, and she cries, and I have no idea why. I don't know if I'm misspeaking or she's sensitive, or if something I say is actually mean. This didn't happen much before the stroke, but it happens a lot now. I try to be nice when we talk. Today, I took my kids to swim class. I got there and realized I had forgotten towels. I texted my wife, and she offered to go home and get towels and bring them to me. I replied, thanking her. I got the kids in the pool and called her. She was still at work, and she said her car was blocked in and she was finding the person who blocked her in. Her coworkers were getting her towels, and she was going to come to the pool when she could. I didn't hear from her for 15 minutes. I considered asking the front desk for towels or sun-drying the kids, but I was just stuck because I didn't know if my wife was coming. I know some people would handle the uncertainty better, but it stressed me out. She showed up with the towels, we talked, and she left. I didn't say much because I was feeling upset, and am careful if I'm upset when I'm talking to my wife. You're already ready to jump in.
This is insane.
Yeah.
15 minutes is not enough time.
So far, I don't think he's an asshole. He just needs to work on asserting himself. And I understand he had a stroke, but it feels like he can be better about navigating uncertainty.
Yeah.
You think he had a
Like
stroke from the
boundary stuff?
vaccine?
Yeah, probably. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's a good point. It's the
Yeah,
vaccine's
but
fault.
it's a stroke.
COVID's the asshole.
But does that make you like a submissive little bitch? Like does having a stroke affect that part of your brain?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Communication.
Clearly communication's an issue, but I think it's like affecting his ability to like handle anything.
To like wager.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, to get
Time, risk,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
to balance that. So so basically, I can keep going. He says, when she got home, she offered to finish dinner and put down the kids since she knew I had been with them all afternoon. I said, sure, since I still had some work left. I asked if it was okay to talk, and she said, okay. I told her I felt like I couldn't trust her when I asked her to do something because she won't update me if there's unforeseen circumstances. I was careful to say I wasn't criticizing her, just sharing how I felt. I could tell she was upset. I asked her if she understood me, and she repeated it back to me. It sounded like she understood. I asked if something I said was mean. She said that she didn't blame me, but that it hurt her feelings that I would complain to her without thinking of her or thinking about how she had worked to get me the towels. I told her that I did thank her. I immediately texted thank you when she said she would come. Okay, I'm ready to weigh in.
Yeah, this dude's a dumbass.
This is just silly.
You forgot the fucking towels, bro.
Yeah,
and you
bro.
call your wife who is at work to
Also-
fucking leave work and go fix your problem that you caused, and then she gets her car blocked in, which is extra hard.
Stressful.
And now while she could be solving the problem, you want her to be texting you, "Hold on, I'm solving a problem."
Also, why don't you just get towels from the front desk?
It's a children's. It's like
He's-
is it like a gym, like a kid's swimming
Yeah.
pool? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's towels.
He's
There's
inept,
towels.
and she's like fucking fighting to get out of work early to fucking, you know what I mean, to bring your ass towels that you fucking forgot. And that was your responsibility for the day. He sucks. He's the asshole.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
sometimes when you just don't
Yeah,
need to
good
cause a fight. What should have happened there is he should say thank you very much for the towels, and then held that resentment in about the towels and about how long it took and how she's not a good communicator, and he holds it in, and then the next time she fucks up, he holds that in, and then he keeps holding it in until one day he kills his whole family.
Timothy, or maybe he could remember the towels.
I wonder too, like how much he could use "I had a stroke" as like a.
I bet it's
thing in
wearing. I
arguments.
bet it's wearing thin.
At this point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope she uses this to dump his ass. Also, it's like, maybe I should air dry them. Yeah, they're just kids. Is it warm enough to air dry them? Like,
Yeah.
Kids like don't care.
Like,
They're
they
like
don't-
running around. Yeah.
be like, sorry, I forgot the towels. Dad, fuck you. And then it's the end of it.
I swear, like, I'm sure the kids were just like sitting in their like swimming class goggles, just like not really thinking about whether their hair is dry. Just like, we
handle
just
it.
swam around, and now we're gonna go home soon. Like, right, exactly.
Can you imagine calling your wife who's at work, being like, I need you to bring me towels? Like, you might as well not have helped her at all by taking the kids.
And I could tell that she, now having heard the whole thing, it's like probably she was like, what? Like, how is this on me?
Right.
What are you talking about?
It's insane. It's insane. And then he thanked her when she said, yes, you do it, but then not when she actually brought them. So after all that, getting her car out, finding the person who had the car and blah, 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 and unblocking it and getting the towels and meeting up with her coworkers, she drops him off and he doesn't say thank you at that point.
Right.
And he's seeking advice on Reddit.
Andy's seeking
Yeah.
advice
Like,
on
where's
Reddit.
your kids? Yeah.
And she takes care of him afterward. What? I mean,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
woman,
Interesting.
she's a saint, kind of.
Are people, did you read the comments on this?
Yeah.
What's their like?
They're like, fuck you, you're the asshole.
Yeah, you're being, like,
You're an
unreasonable.
idiot.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they feel bad for the wife.
Well, Myka, that was a great hot take.
Thank
Now,
you.
guess
Yeah.
what's back?
No.
Are
you sure?
Yeah, because we lost the news on February 18th on the Patreon. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/greathang. And the first episode without the news was with John F. O'Donnell on February 21st. And now it is March 28th. And I got the
Shit.
secret news in last week about that woman getting shot at my friend's hardware store.
Jeez.
So now we're back with the news. Ding, 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 ding. It's time for the news with Tim McLaughlin.
Brittany seems like she's really enjoying it. You don't know that this is the worst segment on the show.
Escape artist Missouri Bear heads to Texas with Moat.
What?
Huh?
Escape
See, nobody
artist.
already. The problem with this segment is Tim can't read.
Wait, speaking of a stroke, like that was like I processed that like I had a stroke because it was like a bunch of like word like nouns.
It was a
Because-
bunch of nouns.
Because Tim can't read. That's why this segment.
Escape
sucks.
artist Missouri Bear heads to Texas Zoo with Moat.
Wait, what? Tim, are you sure you're not
I'm
missing a
reading
word?
the fucking thing. You read it then, bitch. Damn. Did I read all the words? It's nice that we were sitting here silently
This
on
is
the pod.
because the sentence makes no. Did you
I
write
think
this
maybe
article?
It's also like I feel like it's a bad sentence.
This is from the Associated Press.
So the bear is an escape artist.
Yes.
at the Missouri Zoo or headed to the Missouri Zoo?
An escape artist bear from Missouri is headed to Texas Zoo with a moat in hopes that it will put an end to his wandering.
Wait, what do you mean like with a moat? Do you
Yeah,
mean,
what's
like,
with a moat?
I think in is like in.
What moat for a bear? What the
I
fuck,
think- I
Timothy?
think-
This segment sucks, and it sucks that it's back.
I think in his bear habitat he has a moat.
Oh, so you brought the moat. I thought it was
Speak into the microphone.
Wait, Tim. How do you bring a moat? How do you move a moat?
You don't know
point.
the Texas Zoo has a moat, you idiots.
But they said they're
What am
bringing
I? Am I the only person that understands how moats work? You have
They
to
said
dig
bring
them.
his moat, right? Read that
No.
sentence again.
An escape artist Missouri bear is headed to Texas Zoo with a moat in hopes that it
See,
will
headed
put it,
with a moat. The moat is going with.
headed to a Texas Zoo with a moat.
Oh.
from Missouri to Texas.
He's going to Missouri
He's
to
out to a
Texas.
Texas Zoo where there is a moat.
Yes.
Why would they include that in the
it's
sentence?
Weird phrasing. Like I was imagining. First of all, I misunderstood. So initially, I was like imagining St. Louis, just like or someplace in Missouri, like a hotbed of moats, like
No.
teeming with like.
No, this is
bubbling moats.
Texas
This is
where they've got
Texas.
this is all they've got all kinds of
So
moats
the
down in
bear is
Texas.
from Missouri.
The
Missouri
bear is from
native,
Missouri.
and is now headed to Texas. And it's not like Texas has a lot of moats. It's just this zoo.
Yeah.
Has a moat for maybe some other animals.
Well, we'll find out.
I think
The
it's to
St.
keep
Louis-
the escape artist bear in.
Shh, I gotta read the news. The St. Louis Zoo cited the specific and unique personality of the Andean bear named Ben. Huh?
What an original name for a bear.
In announcing the move Tuesday. His soon-to-be home in Glades Porter Zoo near South Padre Island in Brownsville, Texas, has a long history of working with Andean bears, but it is still adding some extra security measures. We're
Here we go.
we are
You
confident.
can sound him out, Tim.
We're confident it's going to be good for Ben, said Walter Dupree, the Texas Zoo
made up name.
curator of mammals.
Walter Dupree.
I'm stealing that
The
name.
Texas Zoo's curator of mammals.
Yeah, we heard you.
Ben gained notoriety in February by busting out of his habitat twice. The first time, the 4-year-old, 280-pound, 4 years old, 280 pounds. What's he? Must be from the Midwest, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Tim, you got him.
Bear tore apart his attached stainless steel mesh to the frame of a door. What the hell?
You can do it.
No,
Use
no,
your
I can't.
words.
I'm not going back. But he was recaptured before the zoo opened for the day.
Oh.
The zoo workers had added zip tie-like attachments made of stainless steel that had 450-pound or 204 kilogram of tensile strength. But Ben managed to escape through those about 2 weeks later. The zoo
They
was
zip
Yeah,
tied
he's a
him
bear.
in. He's a
they
fucking
use those
bear.
they use those metal zip ties, you know, that they use like
That sounds so like Blue Lives Matter for some reason.
Right. Did they also hose him
Yeah.
when he got out?
Yeah, but yeah.
Wait, they should have a real enclosure, not a zip tie enclosure for a bear. That's insane.
The second time he escaped, the zoo was open and he was captured on a public path.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to go to that zoo. That sounds awesome.
Also, I just kind of like a public bath. It just sounds like this bear is just kind of relaxing around, like has no,
just chilling.
it's not even picking up on like their tension or their fret. It's just kind of like, I'm a bear,
Yeah.
and I'm going. What's the direction? Southward,
Southeast, possibly.
southeast,
Probably
right?
towards the popcorn guy.
Southwest. He's going southwest.
That'd be cute if he was like trying to buy some popcorn.
Yeah. Oh, he loves it.
I imagine
They're
bears
like,
would like
he's
popcorn.
a bear. He doesn't have any money.
You give it to them for free, too.
No, he has to. But that's not how capitalism works, idiot. The bear either has to have money or no money. If he has no money,
How's he
doesn't get
supposed to
any
have
popcorn.
money, Tim? He's a
Well, then
prisoner.
the bear can maybe get a fucking job. Maybe he can pull himself up by his bare bootstraps
Yeah.
and
The
get out
bear-
there and get a
They might
freaking
have
job.
thumbs.
The bear has a job. He's the
Don't let him
headliner
have
at the zoo.
Well, not no more, because he lives in a non-public area of the St. Louis Zoo where he can move indoors and out and even splash in the pool while he waits to move. This is like when I went to jail and they were like, you may be here for a few days because we're going to have to transport you to a different jail. But I got bailed out, so I didn't have to. He's so fun. He's
Yeah,
so
sounds like the
playful.
exact same thing, Tim.
It was similar. There wasn't a pool, but everyone was like, we like to ride the beds down the stairs like sleds.
Did they do that at jail?
Yeah. But he's like, if you do it, you go in the hole for a day.
Is that worth it?
There's honey.
I don't know. They kept trying to get me to do it, but I was like, I think I'm going to be out of here in like 10 hours, so I didn't do it.
Oh.
He's so funny, so playable. We would love to be able to keep him here, said Regina Mossetti, the St. Louis Zoo vice president of animal care.
All
We'd
of
love to
these
keep him
names.
there, but we're out of zip ties.
Also, all these names sound like you know how there's like the magical beasts like offshoot of Harry
yeah.
Potter, like
Yeah,
American, like not Hogwarts, but like the American Wizarding Academy.
Yes.
Like these names, like Walter Dupree. It's like they teach
Regina
like, magical-
Mossetti.
I guess that just sounds Italian.
Very fanciful. She's like,
Yeah.
what are these strange names, Mossetti? Where would she be from?
Who's the guy? Who's the main guy? Eddie Redmayne. Why isn't Eddie Redmayne's name Eddie Redmayne in the Harry Potter world? That's like a good Harry
it's
Potter
like
name, I feel like.
Yeah.
Probably because he's pro-trans.
Oh, he is.
Doesn't want to lend his name to
yeah.
J.K. Rowling's shenanigans.
All right. Well, we got to get moving. That was that was the news with Tim McLaughlin, another great segment.
God.
And now
We're
it's
playing-
time.
We're playing Trivial Pursuit next Patreon. We got to get rid of this segment.
We play Trivial Pursuit to see if I get to add a new, more annoying segment.
Like different subjects.
Yeah, whatever Trivial
Oh,
Pursuit
the-
is.
'cause the little game, yeah.
And then, or Myka gets to take the news away from me.
Which is my favorite thing because I hate it.
But Myka, you love reviews for the podcast.
That segment.
This is where we go on Apple iTunes and read the reviews. We also check out the YouTube and read the comments. We have no reviews on Apple iTunes today.
God damn it, you guys. What the fuck?
So go on Apple iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. You actually don't have to do that. You can leave us whatever star review you want. But we have a bunch of comments on the YouTube today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this one is from Miriam Zapata. She said, an anniversary is a big deal. Come on, Tim.
Tim and I,
What was the context of this?
our 4-year anniversary is coming up, and Tim booked a really dumb, bad show that night and was like, we can hang out there.
This isn't Indiana.
I was supposed to work till 10 anyways.
Are how mad he is right now.
I'm not mad. I'm just freaking pissed off because you're trying to keep me from doing my art.
How are you like moving forward from this? Like, how are you making it up to Myka?
I'm going to make her a steak the
that
night
I
before.
bought? Is that it, Tim? The
Yeah.
steak I bought?
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Tim.
And I'm also taking her to go see John Wick tomorrow night.
That is exciting.
In the IMAX.
Ooh.
I love how Tim's like, and that's an anniversary.
It cost fucking $75.
It did not.
Yes, it did.
Why did it cost us so much
Because
money?
I love you. That's why.
That was really sweet.
Wait, it didn't really cost for 2 tickets to see John Wick?
Well, and I re-upped my subscription to the AMC thing.
Okay, so no, it did not. That was
But
insane.
it did cost $55 to go see John Wick, which is pretty expensive.
That is expensive.
Is this after the steak or before this? No, like steak is after you finish
Steak
work.
will be after we go see John Wick. We're going to see John Wick tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Okay.
Tomorrow
Oh,
I have
happy
to.
anniversary.
Thank you.
I'm recording 2 podcasts with Jeff Sheen, and then we're going to see John Wick. A true perfect day for me.
Yeah.
Oobster1 says, want to congratulate Myka on her sobriety. Congratulations, Myka.
Thank you. Oh, shit. Now it's out. Now people
Chester
know.
Copperpot says, wow, how contentious. I give it another 20 years, however long exactly Tim has to live.
Aw, thanks.
That's nice. 20 years is generous.
Yeah, I'll still be like hot enough to find someone good again.
Yeah. Guys, even at your worst, this is my top 5 favorite podcasts right now. Thanks, Alex.
Oh, right, because we named it the worst episode. I was like,
Yeah.
well, at our worst, but you think it's the worst.
Oh, I just named it that. I thought it was fun. Hayden said, Myka is a dumb bitch. Listen, Hayden, only I say that. You are a good man. I'm
Wait.
pretty sure you subscribe to the Patreon, but don't be calling my girlfriend a dumb bitch.
Wait,
Yeah.
what,
Only
what is
I
it-
call her a dumb bitch, but he says,
Why? Why am I a dumb bitch?
the cop pulling my friend over in the story was an important part. Told the story of my friend getting shot in the leg, and he a couple weeks later he gets pulled over by the cop when he was drunk, and the cop was like, is there any reason you can't walk right? And he was like, well, I got shot in the leg, and the cop didn't even have him do a sobriety test. He thought it was so cool he got shot.
Wait, the cop thought it was cool that he got shot?
Yeah. The cop was
He's
like,
like,
oh
"That's
my
rad."
God.
But
Yeah.
I think Tim was telling a different story, and then he wedged that story in, and he just wedged it in again.
So the cop let him
Interesting
off?
how I'm able to do that.
He was
Yeah,
like-
the cop let him off. He let him drive away. He's like, yeah, also my hands got shot too. That's why I'm swerving all over the road.
Like, you should see what happens if you walk near the R train.
Oh, no. G. Bresto says, it's rude of Tim to choose to be so fat around a loved one with fat punchitis.
I have fat punchitis. It
What's
causes
fat punchitis?
it causes me to have to punch Tim in the stomach a lot.
Oh, that's cute. yeah. I hear. I understand that.
I've been suffering from it for almost 4 years now.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll hold on.
Vasco Ziegler says, you can't say her stories are boring, man. Yes, I can, and I'll do it again. I don't give a fuck.
You said my stories were boring?
I don't know, probably.
Right.
Kizzy says, Myka's shoes on the couch. Blech.
What? Kizzy, this couch sucks.
So what? That's like, it's not their home. Like,
I know,
what?
that's so weird.
It's really weird.
And this couch does suck. And
No, I think it's really nice.
usually I don't wear shoes, so that's an interesting. I think this is just
like
a foot fetishist was like, ew, shoes, disgusting. Let's see them raw fucking
Oh,
toes.
you think it's one of them Karen people?
Like Karen fans invented foot stuff.
No, but I know Karen don't wear shoes on her podcast just to attract
Oh, so
those
people are
fucking.
like,
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What a
So
sicko.
somebody is trying to
What
like
a
neg you into
sicko.
taking off your socks.
That's what I think. Someone's trying to neg me into take off my shoes.
Uh,
Well, I'm on to your fucking sicko shit, and if you want that, you have to pay twice as much. For
And
the
if
Patreon.
you want to see my fucked up toe, subscribe to the Patreon. I'll put a picture of it on there.
He's about to lose the nail, so
I'm about to lose the
hurry up.
nail, so if you want, you better
Like
get
it's
it.
gonna fall off.
Yeah. I dropped a video game. One of those those big buck hunter machines with the guns and the thing.
Like a in
Yeah,
the
I
bar.
dropped it right on my toe.
Is it bruised? Are you okay?
Yeah, I can show it to you after the thing.
At one point, he popped it and stuff came out.
Mike almost threw up. I was fucking with it on the bed and a bunch of pus and shit.
Like
It's
pus, not like blood. Yeah, okay.
pus and blood.
And
I mean,
blood.
but it was.
Heavenly.
It was a wintry mix.
wintry mix.
and Mike goes, "Oh God!"
Wintry mix of pain and.
A foot tree mix.
Yeah, I was just poking at it and it just like
Ugh,
exploded.
Tim.
Halfway through the app and loving it, the lasagna receiver was the asshole. That's right. Last week was our Am I the Asshole? Hope she gets to cook for herself and then undercook something. Find a better chick. The bar is so low. And then Newsy says, just curious, but the amount of it doesn't mean anything to me coming from this guy, me on a day about us, talking about our...
He said the anniversary didn't mean anything to him.
What?
Right. I don't care about that. Every day with Myka is an anniversary to me, I say.
Dear God.
And Myka said that's poor people talk for not trying to spend any money.
I mean,
John Wick.
Yeah.
John Wick.
And now we're going to see John Wick in IMAX. Thank you.
Where is that?
At the,
I come sit behind you guys.
where is
come.
it?
Yeah.
Kips Bay. We're going to see it at Kips Bay.
Oh,
at
yeah.
the
If you
AMC.
come, then Tim has to do something real for our anniversary.
Oh yeah, because it's like
Yeah.
I'm like
Now it's a group
eyes on-
event.
Yeah.
All right.
You should
Brittany,
chaperone our date.
That would be an honor. I would wear a suit.
you can come. You dress like John Wick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like an immersive experience.
Have you seen John Wick?
No, but I could look it up. I could.
Dude.
I mean, I get the tone.
Yeah. Oh,
haven't
Michael,
seen
we got to
any of
watch
them?
John Wick
No, I
3
haven't.
tonight
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
because we have to watch
Oh,
it.
to like prep. That's fine.
Yeah, we got to get ourselves prepped up. So now this is the part where we get either a fun party story or a tip from being a great hang from you, Brittany.
Okay, so when you like wrote this question out, the first thought that I have to be real, the first thought that came to my head was a tip for being a good hang is like don't talk about yourself, but that doesn't actually make sense because you want to have conversation, and being an adult is like, oh, but you know what I mean, like
Don't lead with that.
I remember you
Yeah.
you said to me at Union Hall, you were like, I'm really perplexed by the question you asked of the nature
yeah.
of being a great hang. And I go, first of all, I didn't say any of that shit.
It's probably the most thought anyone's put into this podcast to date.
I don't know.
And I looked up a news story.
Perplexed, I was kind of like, I was stumped or flummoxed. I was like, what do I actually think? And my genuinely first thing was like, yeah, I kind of hate when people talk about themselves, but also I don't, because that's how conversation works. But I think there's something in like, you know, when someone's like going off and you can just kind of be a good listener, it's like serves two purposes because you're like engaging, but also you can kind of like have the freedom to go to like wander in your own head or think about what you need to. But I don't know if that makes a good hang. That's actually
So
just probably
your
a problem.
tip is to wander in your head while someone else talks?
You want to hang out with boring people who only talk about themselves?
What have you been thinking about during this podcast, Brittany?
No, I've been really, I'm having a blast. I'm feeling really present. But no, I was like, actually really like, I was like, maybe to be a good hang, you don't like yell, but I don't want to offend.
No,
at least
a lot of great hangs yell.
You've just named two of Tim's only hang things he does, is talk about himself and yell.
That's true. Those are two. I don't yell. I talk loudly. I'm doing it right now. But
Bobby Condon yells, but people, it's like good when he yells.
yeah, I love it.
I don't know. I don't mean to like put him in the spotlight. I just mean like, who do I like that yells?
Bobby yells.
That's
Bobby
kinda-
is good. Who else yells? Nah, I guess just me and Bobby are probably the two loudest.
Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison yells. People
don't
liked
know who
hanging
that
out
is.
with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not, actually. He sounded like a nightmare to hang
It's
out
like
with.
you could
I mean, he killed a
yell.
guy with his car.
Yeah. I mean, arguably that guy wasn't hanging out with him.
And died when he was sober, crazily enough.
Oh, the Amy Winehouse effect?
Yeah.
And at first I thought that oh, what did you guys say? I kind of didn't.
We were talking
Did
about
it.
Sam Kinison. Were you wandering in your mind?
Yeah,
She's trying to get a word in.
I'll explain. No, I'm sorry for whatever you guys just said. What happened to somebody?
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry
What were you
about
going to
it.
say, Brittany?
You know how the other part of this question, obviously, is a crazy party story. I don't think I have that many crazy party stories, but I do have one in mind that's like, there's something crazy about this party that happened. Okay.
Well, go for it.
So I'm wearing a skirt right now that on the back, it's a white skirt. On the back, there's like wine stains. And what happened is I was at...
A likely story.
Yeah, so what happened is I was at a person's partner's home. It was a party at a home in Connecticut. A friend, and then like, and I'm not like usually rubbing elbows with this kind of person, but
You're not a home
But-
at a Connecticut home type
no,
of
I'm
party.
not that kind of girl. But I can be in this context, or I was on this particular evening, and somebody was there by the name of Nora Jones, Grammy Award-winning singer.
Oh.
And then that was like, this is sort of relevant.
She's like, don't know why. She was there.
Got him.
She was really like sweet, and her kids were like at this party, and it was like very like down to earth. But what happened is that at some point, and there was like outside barbecue situation, I wasn't drunk. I was like holding half of a glass of red wine in like a really cartoon. You know, people have a wine glass that's like really big. Like
Yeah, I like those.
You know what I'm talking about? So I was holding like a large wine glass, like, oh yeah, I'll join you guys outside. And then there was like a brick steps that went to the grass, and I, wearing this mini skirt and heels, tripped and like really fell on my ass and face somehow at the same time.
No.
I really planted into the grass. I like flashed everybody.
Nice.
You flashed Nora Jones?
Yes.
And her children?
They ran outside because they
Now
saw
I
the
don't
road.
know why she didn't come.
And so the series of then the sequence of events was like I really scratched up my leg. Like it was like bleeding here and like bruised here. And like I was like bleeding from my leg. And then somehow, this is why it's so silly, I spilled red wine on my butt, but I wasn't like holding it behind me. It was just like
In the flip.
Yeah, it just got everywhere.
I got wine all over my ass, and it's still like, I haven't like bleached this skirt, so it's, the red wines are there, and the reason that it's still kind of special, the red wine stains, are because it was like the sweet memory of Nora Jones, because what happened is that she kind of went into like mom mode. So she was like, are you okay? Can I give you a hug? And then she, and I was like laughing, you know, that kind of maniacal, like, I just
I'm getting hugged by Nora Jones.
yeah, like she was like anesthetic and like no, not, is that what I'm thinking of? Like a pain.
Yeah.
Killer, right? So then, and then like she wiped wine off of the back of my calf with like a kitchen towel. Speaking of
What
towels,
can't she do? Did she
That's
wipe it off
cool.
with her Grammy?
That'd
just
be
like
cool.
comes out of her pocket.
Wow, that's pretty cool. You got wiped down by Nora
Yeah.
Jones.
So that's like that's like, I don't really know if I have
That's
that
a
many
fun
interesting-
party story.
It's a fun party
That's like
story.
a good party story.
And true, and like I have the scars to show it on
Yeah.
this.
You
You brought a
on my-
relic?
Yeah.
This is show and tell. I was excited.
Yeah, and I didn't even really I confess I like put the skirt on today. I was like, this is what I'm gonna wear, and then I was like wondering. I was like trying to peel back in my head about things from like when I was in college or something. But I'm kind of like not that like I'm not really a party animal. So I feel like every kind of crazy party animal or party story I have is like about something else. Or like, well, my friend threw up and then she like kissed two guys or like whatever. And then, and so then this came, but then as I was sitting down, I was like, that's
a great party story.
That's a great story.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah.
And everyone looks good in it except you.
I mean, it doesn't even need to be a story about a rager. I mean, any story where Nora Jones wipes blood off your leg is, I feel like, a pretty good story.
I mean, it would have been a good story, except you were talking about yourself, which is, as we know, a no-no.
Oh, true.
I did wander. I did wander at times
all
in my
sort of
mind.
like canceled on my own.
Yeah, don't worry. We thought about something else. And then,
All right. So we're down to our last two segments. Our second to last segment, Speak Ill of the Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
This is where, do you have a dead person to talk shit about? I'll go first.
I do have. I think,
Pope Benedict the 14th.
Okay.
Hey, listen up, you fucking Nazi bitch. Fuck you. I hope you're in hell getting butt fucked by the devil, even though you're the Pope, and everything you said was infallible.
absolutely.
There you go, Myka.
Okay.
Oh, you're good. You're ready?
No. Wait, what's the sequence?
No, it doesn't matter. Fucking, if you're ready to go for it.
I'm ready to go, but I was waffling between two options, so I guess I'll just talk through that.
Yeah,
but
go
I'll
for
keep
it.
it concise.
I talk shit about both of them. Who cares?
yeah, fuck them. They're both dead. What are they going to do?
For some reason, yeah, that's true. And I don't think either is particularly cancelable. But, so, like, the first one that came to my mind was Herman Cain, which actually makes me kind of sad. Like,
oh, yeah. Fuck Herman Cain.
yeah, it's like he kind of got it in. He, like, shot himself in the foot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like,
And Godfather
politically.
Pizza sucks.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Godfather Pizza? Isn't that what Herman Cain owned?
Yeah, because he was like a pizza guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's bad.
So that was like the first, but then that's like a bit complicated because I was also when he did die, I was like, it was like in that crazy moment of the election and COVID stress, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, it was actually kind of sad that he like.
Nah,
it's
he
like,
said COVID didn't exist and then died of it. He's a dumb bitch, and I hope he rots in hell.
yeah, and you can't. Right. It's like there's some kind of weird Uncle Tom thing that's like sad, but he did like
Yeah.
he like denied COVID, which
He
you just
harmed
can't be
people.
doing
He
that,
harmed his
king.
community. The people that looked up to him, he led astride.
So then he was like my option one. But the other person that came to mind is, so there's this book called Mastery, Tyranny, Desire, and like focuses on this dude named Thomas Thistlewood. This was in like 1600s Jamaica. So he was like a British
Another
settler.
Harry Potter ass name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Harry Potter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And kind of like similarly, like, you know how J.K. Rowling's going down this like dark road. So he was like really kind of fucked up about how he like, the reason that historians look at his papers is because he like really mechanically wrote down like how enslaved people were treated on his plantations and like how he had sex with them. But then like it actually also like taught historians a lot about plantation life in Jamaica in the 17th century. So that guy like sucked. And so I was like, oh yeah, that guy's like, it's not like, you know how American founding fathers, it's like, but he also upheld liberty. But, you know, if they had like slave going on.
Yeah. This guy had a journal about raping women.
Yeah. So it's like, totally.
Yeah.
So it's like that guy.
So do a
Can
lot
suck
of
it.
comedians. I don't know if you've seen their notebooks left behind, but yikes.
There's
Dearest,
a paper trail. And,
Yeah.
Dearest-
Did he also have a list going abortion, dumb whore, my mom I hate?
Jews. Yeah.
dearest log, enslaved another one today.
That's the vibe, frankly.
That
So-
guy sucks. I think
sucks.
he's worse than Herman Cain.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll stake my fucking reputation.
I don't think they're even that close to each other, like on the spectrum. But Herman Cain still sucks.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yeah, no, Herman Cain didn't own and rape slaves, I'm assuming.
He was just kind of.
We'll never know the whole
We'll
story.
never actually know.
That's actually. Why did that sound like it was the beginning of a documentary about Herman Cain? Oh, yeah. So that's where I am.
All right, cool. And I want to talk shit on Robert Frost.
Oh.
Who died in
Whoa.
1963. Writer of one of the worst poems every single person has had to read and does not
Fork?
understand.
He's the Forks one, right?
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the other one because I'm fucking special as shit. Well, guess what? Now everyone thinks they're special, and that's not even what the poem is about.
Yeah.
Everyone misunderstands his saying. He's saying he should have taken the one everyone else took, and I'm a dumb fuck. And everyone's like, I should be special too. And he brought forth a whole multiple generations of people who don't know how to read poetry and misquote him, and I blame him.
And are like self-important about
Yes.
their poetry. That like he opened up that.
He
path.
opened up that path, and
Speaking
even
of
though that
paths.
wasn't his intention, your poetry failed, and you suck.
And I hope the devil's holding his fucking pitchfork in the woods and butt fucking you to death, you piece of shit.
That's right.
Rest in piss, Thomas Thistlewood,
Yeah,
Robert Frost, Herman Cain.
Two
and
roads diverged in a wood, and yours went to hell.
Yeah. Hey, I got something. How about one devil's cock divulged in your asshole or something?
Oh, it splits like a snake's tongue.
yeah.
Two tongues diverged in its
Yeah.
devil's mouth.
Yeah, I hope the devil splits you in two with his big fat devil cock.
Don't let the devil hit you where the devil's gonna split you.
All right. Well, that
I
was
wanna get
it.
that
That's
tattooed.
the show.
And then it'll be quote Robert Frost. That'd actually be a dank tattoo. And I said dank, and I'm not taking it back.
Myka, you are so cool. It's 2003 again.
Thank you.
All right, that's the end of
Thanks
the
for the
show.
memories. That's the end of the
With
show.
We
Thanks
only
for the
have
facts.
one more thing to do.
Signing off.
Sign offs.
Okay. We'll do one so you can see how it goes.
You
Okay.
just say signing off, but we'll do it. Signing off. No, Myka, you go. You go. I haven't thought of mine. I went
never-
half cocked.
All right. Signing off. It is I, the nicest woman in the world. A woman who can wear her shoes in her own home if she fucking wants to.
Yes,
A woman
queen.
who might not make it to her 4th anniversary with her boyfriend if he doesn't start appreciating my ass.
Oh my lord.
It is me, Toe's mom, little baby, Timmy's girlfriend for now,
Oh.
Brittany's friend, and your podcast host and friend, Myka Fox.
And signing off, it is I, the world's greatest boyfriend who will never be dumped, no matter what happens. And also, your Patreon dad, patreon.com/greathang. Your free feed best friend, Timothy Grady McLaughlin II. All right, now you have to say
Wow,
signing,
that was so elegant.
say signing off and then whatever.
Signing off, newly friend of the pod,
Yes.
consumer of this crisp Modelo, and also harbinger of a show at Caveat at March 31st at 9:30 p.m. Kingdom Final Mass. Please buy a ticket.
And have a great
Rest
rest of the day.
day.